In the heart of a sweltering Chicago summer, where the air hung heavy with the scent of sizzling steaks and unspoken resentments, Anna Hayes stood frozen at the kitchen pass of her thriving bistro, Harvest Haven. Through the small window, she watched her mother, Eleanor Wright, settle into the corner booth under a false name, her maiden alias, Linda Brooks. Eleanor's face was a mask of feigned nonchalance, but Anna knew better. The woman who'd spent years belittling her daughter's dreams was now here, uninvited and undercover, with Anna's perfect sister, Victoria, and her polished husband, Daniel, in tow. A stranger, some colleague of Victoria's, completed the party. Anna's hands trembled as she gripped the edge of the counter, the old wounds ripping open like overcooked seams. This wasn't just a dinner reservation, it was the culmination of a lifetime of quiet erasure. And tonight, Anna would serve the truth on a platter. It all traced back to those suffocating family gatherings in suburban Indianapolis, where Eleanor ruled the roost with an iron fist wrapped in Midwestern politeness. Anna, now 32, could still hear the echo of her mother's voice over the clatter of holiday china. She can't even boil water without a disaster. That Thanksgiving 3 years ago had been the breaking point. Anna had slaved over a homemade apple chutney, infusing it with cinnamon and a touch of bourbon she'd distilled from scratch in her tiny apartment kitchen. But Eleanor assigned her the easy task, watching the dinner rolls. A phone call from Victoria, gushing about her latest promotion to junior partner at the law firm, distracted Anna just long enough for smoke to billow from the oven. Anna ruins everything she touches, Eleanor declared to the table of relatives, her words slicing deeper than any knife. Victoria got the smarts, Anna got, well, she's still searching. The chutney sat ignored beside the store-bought jar, its complex flavors untouched as everyone opted for the familiar. Anna, then 29, shrank into her chair, feeling like a child again. Invisible and inadequate. Eleanor's grip had tightened after their father's death from a sudden heart attack when Anna was 13. He had been the buffer, the one who encouraged Anna's early experiments in the kitchen, sneaking her cookbooks under the table. Without him, Eleanor funneled all her ambitions into molding her daughters into success stories, corporate ladders, stable marriages, suburban homes with white picket fences. Victoria fit the mold, Ivy League law degree, married to a finance exec by 26, first child on the way by 29. Anna? She binged on Food Network reruns instead of prepping for college entrance exams, turning the family kitchen into her lab while Victoria buried herself in mock trials. Cooking's a hobby, Anna, not a life, Eleanor would sigh, finding her daughter elbow-deep in dough at midnight. Real women build empires, not just bake pies. But for Anna, cooking was alchemy, turning raw pain into something nourishing, something that could make strangers sigh with contentment. It was her escape from the constant comparisons, the subtle digs that chipped away at her soul like a dull blade. That post-Thanksgiving confrontation in the kitchen sealed it. As Anna scrubbed pots by hand, Eleanor loomed in the doorway. "You're too fragile for the real world," she said, arms crossed. "This chef fantasy? Restaurants chew people up and spit them out. I've tasted your attempts bland. Overdone. No discipline." The words landed like punches, igniting a fire in Anna that no oven could match. 2 months later, she packed her beat-up Ford Focus with $2,500 in savings, a stack of her late grandma's handwritten recipes, the only family heirloom that praised her gifted hands, and fled to Chicago. Eleanor called it a tantrum, Anna called it survival. As the flat Indiana fields faded in her rearview, she whispered to herself, "I'll show you what discipline tastes like." Chicago swallowed her whole. a whirlwind of honking taxis and endless opportunity that both thrilled and terrified. She crashed in a shoebox studio in Wicker Park, the kind where the stove was more rust than reliable. But it was hers, no judgments echoing off the walls. No one knew her as Eleanor's problem child. She pounded the pavement, resume in hand, applying to every eatery from upscale fusion spots to greasy spoons. Her online culinary certification from a community college barely raised eyebrows. Ever survived a dinner rush? A grizzled sous chef barked at a trendy gastropub on Michigan Avenue. When she admitted no, he smirked. Come back when you've got thicker skin. So she scraped by dawn shifts as a prep cook at a diner slinging eggs Benedict for $11 an hour. Evenings hustling deliveries through traffic-choked streets. Her arms mapped with grease burns like battle scars. Every Sunday, Eleanor's calls came like clockwork, laced with disappointment. Found a real job yet? Something with benefits. No hello. No how are you? Victoria just closed a big case, 6 figures in settlement. The firm's giving her a corner office. Anna would trace a fresh scar on her wrist from a hot skillet and bite her tongue. That's great for her, Mom. After each call, she'd channel the hurt into creation. Splurging tips on exotic ingredients for late-night trials, Midwest-inspired pierogi fused with Thai chili, or maple-glazed ribs with a Korean twist. She'd snap photos on her cracked iPhone, posting to a fledgling Instagram with a handful of followers, fellow kitchen grunts who got the grind. The turning point hit at midnight during a delivery run. Dropping off falafel to a loft in Logan Square, she recognized the customer, Javier Ruiz. Executive chef at Verdant Table, the farm-to-fork hotspot she'd bombed interviews at twice. You're the persistent one with the resumes, he said, eyeing her through the door. Exhausted, Anna shot back. And you're the one who keeps saying no, he chuckled. Not cruelly. And she pulled up her Instagram. He scrolled, his brow furrowing from polite to impressed. Swing by tomorrow afternoon. We'll test you on apps. Don't flop. She didn't. The rush was chaos, chopping, plating, dodging flames, but she flowed through it. Every dish spot on. Javier promoted her to line cook. The pay crept up. But the real gold was the knowledge, filleting fish with precision, balancing emulsions, composing plates that told stories. Eleanor's calls grew strained as Anna's world expanded beyond her comprehension. They made me saucier, Anna shared once. Buzzing. Is that important? Eleanor asked flatly. I still don't see why you're slaving over stoves when you could be in an office. But Anna wasn't slaving, she was forging armor. She scrimped, surviving on staff meals and stale baguettes, skipping bar crawls to refine recipes at home, dreaming of her own spot. She sketched menus in notebooks stained with sauce. Then Javier pulled her aside one rainy Tuesday. My Sue is heading to LA. You ready to step up? Her heart pounded. Sous chef at Verdant Table, 2 years in the Windy City. And she was second in command. The bump meant a better apartment in Lincoln Park, with a gas range that didn't sputter. They overhauled the fall menu. Her autumn squash salad with hazelnut vinaigrette became a hit. Blogs name-dropped her. Chef Javier Ruiz and Sue Anna Hayes are redefining comfort cuisine. She mailed clippings home. Silence. A Chicago magazine feature followed, with her photo mid-plate. More silence. But plans simmered. A friend, bartender Mateo, had a cousin selling a space in River North. Worn but prime, high traffic, solid layout. We partner up, Mateo urged. You helm the kitchen. I handle front of house. With $18,000 saved and a silent investor from Verdant Regulars, a venture capitalist hooked on her herb-crusted lamb, they leased it in January. Renovations were brutal. Anna sanded floors, picked fixtures, iterated dishes until perfection. The name? Harvest Haven, evoking warmth her childhood home lacked. Opening night. The kitchen hummed under her command. Orders flying. Plates gleaming. Booked out in weeks. Reviews glowed. Hayes Bistro blends heartland roots with urban flair. The bourbon apple tart? Transcendent. 4.7 stars on Yelp. Wait lists for weekends. She called Eleanor. Voice steady, Mom. I own a restaurant. It's thriving. A restaurant. Eleanor echoed. Dripping skepticism. How much did you borrow? Failure rates are sky high. We're packed. Mom. Featured in the Trib. Pivot. Victoria's up for partner. Firms throwing a gala. Anna hung up. The rejection fueling her fire. Every triumph shared met deflection to Victoria's wins. Fine, she thought. Seasoning a flawless Jess. Let her ignore it. Her diners knew the truth. The text from Victoria shattered the routine. In Chicago for nephew's birthday. Staying near River North. No invite. No nod to Harvest Haven blocks away. The stone in Anna's gut grew through prep. Mateo found her staring at crates in the walk-in. Family in town? They coming. They don't even acknowledge this exists. That Saturday crushed records, tables turning. Waitlist swelling. Then the host. Lena. Whispered, a woman claims she knows you, your mom? Peeking out. Anna saw Eleanor in pearls. Victoria tapping her foot. Daniel with their kid. And a sharp-suited stranger. Seat them. Lena asked. Fully booked. Hour wait. It wasn't spite, it was policy. No bumping loyal patrons for ghosts from her past. They waited. Eleanor's poise cracking as minutes ticked. Anna plated relentlessly. The irony biting, risotto. The dish Eleanor once mocked as mushy mess, now her bestseller. At last seated. Their order, 2 risottos. Steak. Roast hen. Anna cooked personally. Each element impeccable, the rice al dente yet creamy. Chicken skin crisp as frost. Watching them eat. She saw Eleanor's eyes flutter shut on the first bite. Compliments filtered back, best risotto ever. Desserts followed. Plated with care. Then Anna approached. Apron stained. Armor on. Evening. I'm Anna Hayes. Chef owner. Hope everything met expectations. The table froze. Eleanor paled. This is yours. The stranger gushed obliviously. Anna smiled thinly, yes. And I cooked your meal. Including the risotto. Eleanor's admission slipped. We wanted to see. Without bias. It was perfect. But Anna. Liberated. Walked away, glad you enjoyed. Check's coming. Later. Eleanor requested her again, tears streaming. Anna comped the bill. A final twist. Calls flooded post-service. Victoria pleading. A colleague praising. Eleanor's voicemail. I was wrong about you. Anna answered the next ring. Mom. Thick sobs. I've failed you. No. You dismissed me. Silence. The place is stunning. I know. I've always known. Hanging up. Peace settled. Next day. A note. Reservation under Eleanor Wright. Party of 2. Bringing Aunt Clara. Told her about your risotto. Hoping for a fresh start. Love. Mom. P.S. Framed your magazine feature. Anna smiled faintly. Service that night soared. Unburdened. Revenge wasn't sweet, it was release. Proving Eleanor wrong had freed her to cook for joy. Not validation. And damn, it nourished the soul.